Hello there and welcome back to our Lightroom setup tutorial. This will be our part 3 out of 4 in our setup process. We have previously created catalog, talked about file structure, and also set up our metadata presets. Our next process is going to be to set up our import settings and our presets for our importing images. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here, bottom left-hand corner, and I'm going to click Import. You can also do this by File, Import Photos. And what it's going to do is it's going to bring up our import screen, and this is independent of Lightroom, which, as you can kind of see, it remains back there. Anyway, this is easy to navigate. Over here is the source where we're pulling our images from. Here's where we're going to kind of work with them, and then here's where we're going to push them off to in this import process. This step over here we don't need to do anything with right now because that will be different every time we import pictures. This could be a camera or a hard drive or things. But here the first thing we want to do is copy as a DNG. Now this is only an option if you are shooting with a camera that photographs in RAW. RAW images include Nikon's NEF, Canon's CR2, and other proprietary things. But what this is going to do is it's going to take those proprietary formats and it's going to convert them into a universal format, a digital negative. And this is very valuable for us as maybe in the future when the Nikon NEF file is obsolete, the digital negative will still be a universal format that can be read possibly. So copy as a DNG, that's important. Okay, next we want to come over here to our destination side, and I have selected my hard drive where I want it to go, and then we're going to go through some of these settings. Okay, and you can minimize these as you like. First, let's talk about file handling. Lightroom is not storing all your images. Your images are still on your hard drive. All Lightroom is a database, a catalog of your images. So I could detach this hard drive anytime and I could still see all my pictures. They are set up on there easily, and then they're with previews. And I have selected a minimal size, kind of thumbnail preview that Lightroom will store, but you can change that to whatever you like. Standard would probably be full size. And then coming through these options, I do not want to import suspected duplicates. That way, if you have images on your camera that you have previously imported and you're doing a new import but they're still on your camera, it won't import them twice. So that's a good checkbox to check. Next thing is I do not want to make a second copy. You might if you have an extra hard drive where you're doing a backup. This would be a good place to check that off and have it automatically write to that second hard drive. Okay, file renaming. I do not rename my files as you saw with my folder structure and things. I have everything already perfectly organized by folder name. And so the images just get dumped into there and I can search for folder names instead. Some people do like to rename their files based on event, and you can do so here if you like. Just come check rename files and play with those settings right there. Okay, now the apply during import. Develop settings. You will learn more about develop settings once we get into the develop module of Lightroom. But basically these are a bunch of pre-done looks that you can apply to all your images as you import them. I have not seen a need to do that yet, so I have left that at none. But the metadata part is important. And here you should see the metadata presets that we recently just created. I'm going to check that. What this is going to do is whenever I'm importing my images, it's going to automatically plug in my name, website address, and all the other information that I had on that preset. It's going to plug that and embed that into each of my pictures. Very valuable here. Now, if you would like to plug in keywords on a mass, universal scale, you can do that here by just typing in a couple things. I tend to do keywording on a specific event basis, so I have left that blank. Okay, the last step is to pick our destination. Now, if you've set up your file structure right, you should, and I can only really talk about the way that I've done mine, but I'm going to say that I want to import my pictures into my 2011 or my current years folder. So I'm going to select that. Now up here at the top, I want to say into a subfolder, because I don't want them just dumping into 2011. I want to have Lightroom create a subfolder underneath the 2011 with my specific date and event. And so here, for just creating our presets, I'm going to leave that blank so that whenever I have a new import, that's left blank and I can type in my new folder name. And then here, if it's by date, it's going to have a little date format thing. What this would do is create subfolders based on dates. I don't want to do that. I want to say into one folder, and I'm going to, because I want to have a title included with the date here, so I'm going to say into one folder. So that is basically all we need to do, except for the last step, and that's to save it. So if you come down here to import preset, you can see right now there's no import preset set. I'm going to come here and I'm going to say save current settings as new preset. Oops, spelled that wrong. There we go, just like that. Great, so now Art 1050 import preset, all done. And I'm just going to hit cancel here to get out of this for now, but we will be able to come back here shortly and we'll do, our next step is we're going to import images into our Lightroom. So stay tuned for the next video. I will see you then. Thank you.